Hello everyone, welcome back to MoteMancer. Yesterday we had a power outage that was very conveniently timed. I had all the tools at hand to advance to the next stage of power generation. And I think we got like all the Earth research is going along. I'll have space to make bismuth in here, I think. But making stuff with bismuth and researching with bismuth might be a challenge. I shouldn't have trouble researching with bismuth. But making the... Well, oh, right. So this would give me the recipe for the life keystone. So I think I can squeeze all of this into the altar to research the life keystone. But then the life keystone itself... We should be able to see in an arboretum its recipe. Yeah, it wants coralite and bismuth and life prisms. And then I have to feed that. No, I don't have to feed that into the research area. I can just use that to take off to another universe. Oh, everything's out of power. Did we run out of leaves? It looks like it, yeah. And the power stored disappeared as well. Okay, but the research is done that matters. We did this excavator research. Well, this finished off camera. It doesn't really matter. But the important one is primordial mana well finished. So I can't really make progress on that while... Well, actually, hang on. Pew! There we go. I guess I could also biorhythm, I suppose. Right? Am I putting these into a chest or something? I should be. Here it is. Yeah! Primordial mana wells. So... these should be able to store tremendous amounts of power with the, like, 50... mana pools I have lying around. I just have to get them on the network in a place that looks appealing. Let's put them up... Well, I was going to say put them near where the water thing is, but that's way up there. There's one here, but there's not really much room. Let's do like this. And then just, like, surround it with mana pools? Or how... Then this isn't part of the root structure, I don't think. I think I need some mana roots, right? Because if I look at this... This is part of the root structure, and this isn't. So I can't just completely surround it with mana pools, right? I need to leave space to get some roots out. I mean, is this anything? No, that's not right. Why can't I do the same thing I did over here, over there, and here? Huh? Oh, because I see. These two nodes are the same as these two, not these two. And I don't have enough space to do it here because this is in the way. Okay. I'm just looking for something moderately pleasant looking. I guess this is fine. Can I do that on every side? Yeah. Right? Connect to this one, then gap here. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. So this looks like a very straightforward and totally feasible layout for mana wells, right? So let's just plop another one down. right next to it. And maybe those two will be enough. Maybe we'll need more. But it'll certainly be a big improvement over having nothing, right? So these are storing 10,000 each, and this is storing 300,000 each. So I don't know how long this will last at night. It seems like a lot, but I don't know how long night is or how, like, power is described. They use power to describe both watt equivalents and joule equivalents, and I really have no idea which is which. Like, or I do, obviously. This is storing some number of joules, and we're producing some number of watts, but, like, or at any rate, I assume these are watt equivalents. But, like, is this actually a joule? Is this 1 watt per second, or is it 1 watt per minute? I don't know. Or a watt minute, I guess. A watt hour or a watt minute or whatever. So there should now be a bunch more primordial mana wells for me to work with. Somewhere in this mess. Here? Okay, 3. I'll take it. And it looks like pedestal production is what's blocking wave pool or mana pools, which, whatever, that's fine. I think I have enough stuff for now. It also looks like our power production is enough to satisfy, to completely charge these up during the day. So that's something. Hello? I'm trapped? There. I want to just go unplug the mana cultivators up here and see how we do with just the mana pools. Well, let's not... Well... Unplugging them is, I guess, sort of a thing you could do in a number of ways. Let's sever this. So there's still going to be wasting leaves. Okay, so I guess I'll take that out as well. But very slowly wasting leaves. And they won't be contributing to the rest of the network. I can't even tell if the sun is coming up or down right now. It doesn't look fully daytime, but I'm not sure. I guess it would be nice to have done these in a hexagonal way, huh? Maybe, arguably, I have. Oh, we got the Earth spell Excavate, by the way. Which makes it less of a chore to tear this stuff all down. It just goes away instantly. So that's nice. I assume it works on buildings too, but I haven't tried it. Yeah, I guess you can imagine that these... oh, but they're spaced wrong to be hexagonal, I think. Is what I built even a hexagonal object? It looks like it has 4 sides. Or 8, depending on your point of view. So I guess it's not. Alright, whatever. Let's just lay down more of these to ensure that we never have storage problems, at least until we scale up quite a bit more. draw this. There's something wrong. This shape is. I mean, it doesn't, not in a way that matters, but this shape is square, and so the mana roots to connect it are gonna have to do some weird stuff. If I had laid it out well on a hexagonal grid, like, we'd all be happy. Okay, and so these, I think, well, so they're emptying slowly-ish. My saturation is dipping below 100. I don't quite know what that means. I think it means that my buildings are not getting as much power as they want. Does that mean that the mana pools can't discharge fast enough? I think these were empty when the night started, so we'll have twice as much tomorrow night. Yeah, this is discharging pretty slowly. I think we're gonna be fine with no. There's more. I mean, total generated should be 0, right? So I think this means total supplied, and it's being supplied by these mana pools. Also, I don't know what you mean when you say mana pools around. Oh, amount of power provided by mana pools. Got it. That's what this is saying. So all of the total generated is coming from mana pools, which is what I expect. And the mana pools all dried up pretty much instantly, but the primordial mana wells are supplying the nighttime power. Okay. And tomorrow night we'll have twice the capacity. Okay, Terrarium's almost done. I'm excited to see what you can do with bismuth. Yeah, it does drain, that's for sure. Sun could come up any minute now, that would be nice. I could research Daycaller to make it come up faster. If I added leaves to the life research area. Wait, actually, why don't I have that? Alright, you guys, I mean... Okay. No, I thought the sun was coming up for a second there. Okay, we're gonna go broke, huh? Yeah. But, remember, we put these... We doubled... more than doubled... production or storage capacity as the night was starting, right? Because this looks like it's doubling, but it's not. It's 4 times as much, going from just these two to these two because it's scaling quadratically. I think that's about right anyway. All right, so let's go see about adding leaves to the life research area. I would have thought they were already being researched, right? So what do I have here? Life prisms, elemental life, mana leaves. Oh, I had this, but I turned it off because I wanted to prioritize other stuff. And I don't anymore. I'm done with mana canopy. So I now wish this to occur. Okay, and we're back online. Solar power is not yet up to speed because it's just early dawn, I guess. But the factory is mostly powered. I don't know how long day is compared to how long night is. I think in Factorio, night is shorter than day under default settings. I have no idea what it's like here. Okay, we have terrarium. This is the first new thing we've seen for some time. Burrow roots. Ah, that makes sense. So I imagined that we would at some point get underground roots. It makes sense. It would be Earth life. Okay, very, very cool. Root-bound gripper. These are grippers with roots. Okay, these both seem nice, but not, like, urgent. Burrow root would be nice. Because I'm often having to, like, make awkward concessions to get everything else to go under the mana roots. And there's giant chests, which, sure. And way down here, I can't do that because I don't have the Earth Keystone. I don't have the life one either, but I can get that. Ancient solar power amplifier. Bonus power per connected leaf and canopy? What? But, like, you already can make so much power with leaves and canopies. Why do you need this? Okay. Maybe to power other planes? Okay, we also got this earth thing. Expansive chest is done. I don't really care about that. It was just on the way to getting a bigger inventory, which is nice. And so all this earth stuff is going to research in whatever order it feels like. Really what I want next is Titan Gripper, because that leads the way to Earth and Might and more Earth and Might, and also I'd like to know what a Titan Gripper is. It lifts with colossal power. What do the reaching grippers do? I mean, I don't know. We have a bunch of Earth and Might, but somewhere in here. Oh, it's a foundation of Earth, yeah. So who knows? But this would be nice, and we have bismuth. Building a terrarium to get bismuth. That is clearly the next priority. These fill up. Whew, I mean, they have a lot of capacity in here. It's going to take some time to fill up. We might actually, I mean, it'll probably be full by nighttime, right? I don't know. We'll see. I can always throw down more solar power, of course. But bismuth. So production. I think it's vaults are the thing that build really fancy earth structures. Do I already have a vault somewhere? I think I do. It's right here. Oh, that's the one I just built. Okay. So you can make like stuff I don't care about, really big chests, great work, and vaults. Oh, so you don't make anything that matters. Okay, great. I guess what I should have done was this. Looked here and said it's made in a terrarium. Oh, right, the new thing I just learned about. Right, it's not an earth thing. It's an earth life thing. Okay. Build a terrarium, which is here. Okay, well, good news. I needed that vault anyway. Yes, I see. And it takes a Tinker's Table and an Advanced Crafter for Earth and an Advanced Crafter for Life as its inputs. That makes sense. It's not as big as a Reef Crafter, I feel like. Right? These things are huge. But okay, what do I... Of course. I knew what this would be. But what else can I build here? Right, of course. Burrow roots and root-bound grippers. Sure. I mean, I don't really care that much about those. I'm sure there are situations where they'd be nice. And if possible, I should make them. But the most urgent thing to do is to make bismuth, clearly. So I think for analog with water, I want a bismuth producer close to this that can ship bismuth further out to do other stuff with it. Yeah, I don't know really why I thought I would want this chest. I guess it's fine. Now, one thing I definitely don't need is like 80 primordial mana wells, but I mean, I wouldn't mind 10. Oh, speaking of, I think it's still daytime, right? Yeah, solar power is waning. In the meantime, let's see how the storage is going. They did fill up. Good. So yeah, I wish I understood, like, is there a discharge rate cap for these objects? Or not? Like, is there a maximum speed at which you can charge or discharge one of these? It doesn't say. Mana pools are just now starting to take some of the load. It seems like, though, if there were no discharge cap, I don't know, it should prioritize drawing from these guys first, shouldn't it? Well, no, it should draw equally if there were no cap. If there is a cap, it should draw from mana pools only if it can't get enough discharge from mana wells, right? Or, well, it should draw... It should try to keep their chargedness equal unless it has to discharge more to keep up with demand. I don't know. I still don't get this. Yes, like the mana pools clearly can produce like 5,200 or 5,300, but when consumption doesn't match, they don't have to do that. That's fine. I don't know. I want to see what happens when the mana pools run dry. Are we suddenly going to see power output plummet? Like, are we not going to be able to match consumption? Or can these discharge as fast as they want? Because they should start discharging much faster once the mana pools have stopped going down, right? Assuming power demands stay constant. Okay, mana pools are empty. And yeah, I mean, it looks like the mana wells are keeping up just as well, really. Yeah, they can climb. So okay, I don't understand why mana pools fully discharge when these things are still almost completely full. It just seems like a weird way to do things. You would want to empty these out much more quickly if it matters. And if it doesn't matter, why not empty them? I don't know. Okay, so it seems like we're doing fine for power storage. I could maybe place more. Like, I imagine if I'm going to want to power other planes, I'll want, like, 10 of these little arrays or whatever. All right, so bismuth, huh? Where is that thing I just had in my hands? Is this it? Yeah. This is a nice spot for a terrarium, actually, right? Can grab elemental earth from there. And I'll need to truck in some elemental life, but it's over here, ready to be trucked in. Power situation is a little bit annoying. If only I had burrow roots, huh? It's not a problem, though. There's power right here. I'm really short on elemental life. Where's it all going? I think I'm just not making very much. It should be like 2 a second. But I guess it's all going in here to make life prisms for research purposes, which makes sense. Or like half of it's going here. And then half of it is going here, which is getting split. So we're getting like 1 every 2 seconds here and 1 every 2 seconds here. Not ideal. But I mean, what do I need bismuth for? I need it to escape this world, I guess, is the main thing. Life mastery. I want to research these things, but I'm not in a hurry. Oh, I forgot I'm working on Verdant Stream. That's nice. Yeah, there's so... Oh, my research is so slow. I'm gonna have to, like, go away for an hour off camera and just let stuff research, because it's just... The idea of extending my research capacity is so overwhelming. There's no way I could ever do it. 1 lab, that's it. That's me, baby. Researching 5 different technologies at a time. And it's not like building another lab would help, right? I need more actual ingredients, more elemental life. But... Well... Actually, maybe I could improve that situation. Because these guys are actually idle for a while, right? Not very long. I think I'm producing, like, at the time that I set up the elemental, or the motes of earth mining here. Yeah, I mean... I see. So, like, 1 of these ran dry. 2 of them, in fact. Which is why we don't quite have these things at full capacity, but they're close. So I guess I could improve that situation a little bit. Not a lot, mind you, but a little. By taking any spare earth that could have been used for ether but wasn't, and dumping it into here. This might actually help a lot if we're not choked on ether anymore, which we might not be. Obviously right now it looks great because these things have a huge buffer that they're just spitting out. I guess it can't possibly help a lot because I only have 3... Not even 4? I thought I had 4 of each of these. For some reason No, there's 4. I just didn't see the one down here. Yeah. So this is now enough life to keep these guys satisfied forever. Maybe I could squeeze in another one or something, but... Okay. So, in regards to bismuth... The thing that I can barely make any of because all of my elemental life is being used up. I mean... I can just route the bismuth up here and say research it, but there's like... 3 things that it could research with that, right? These 2 and this. Because I don't really have... I just have one altar that's got everything on it. Well, the life prisms it only sometimes has, because they're being produced too slowly. But that's the idea, anyway. If I add bismuth to this, yeah, it'll research everything eventually. But I don't actually want to prioritize any of the stuff that takes bismuth. I want to prioritize Verdant Stream, which actually sounds nice. And then, I mean, Verdant Delta is whatever, I guess. But, like, I want... Oh, Daycaller's happening somewhere else. And then I want Life Mastery, which also wants bismuth. I don't know. Like, I don't have the appetite to scale this up anymore. If I were going to, what would I do? Well, I would note that at the moment, Elemental Earth is what's killing us. And I could inject that directly from somewhere that has Earthline. Or Elemental Life, excuse me. I could go mine some life somewhere. And just bind it in. It's like I have a bunch of life being mined right here. But I was using that for ether, and I think I should continue to do so. I suppose you could try to make it auto-balance by like putting a delta in here. Oh, but no. Well, I guess it would be a delta here, where either we turn it into ether or we send it for binding, whichever takes... Send it for binding or for grinding, whichever one is not currently backed up. And that would be a way to sort of auto-balance things, but... Okay, yeah, power generation is totally fine. So, bismuth. Yeah, I don't... Well, here's a question. Am I ready to leave this plane? That's my next big goal, I think. And if I am, then I should just research the life keystone, which requires bismuth and coralite and all the life stuff. If I'm not, I should stick around and keep researching things. Or building things, whatever it is I need. Like, Radiant Verdants would be nice, right? So I could automate Verdant Collectors. Sure. I have Verdant Stream. Cool. And I mean, I'm sure the reach would be fine too. Okay, this requires the water keystone, so I can't do this until I make it all the way to the plane of water and back. Well, not necessarily and back. But I'd have to be shipping life keystones here from there. There from here. So now Verdant Delta should be... Yeah, it is getting researched. Okay. Where's this inventory? Must be in Earth. Ugh. I clicked that and it, like, I don't know what happened. Yeah, this. So there's more stuff I want to research here, but a lot of it's being done automatically and would continue even if I left. The Titan Gripper. I want to automate Titan Grippers so I can get all this stuff, right? Where are Titan Grippers made? Presumably in like a vault, maybe? Not here, right? Surely not, yeah. Not a stone cutter, I don't think. Oh, it is, a stone cutter, okay. It's just a bunch of granite and a bunch of reaching grippers, sure. So I should automate those and research on them as well before I go. I don't think I'm leaving this video, or maybe even not the next, but sometime around then. Okay, let's get another stone cutter. Well, yeah, certainly not this video. Maybe next, maybe not. But probably by the video after that, I feel like I'll be ready to leave. So, this needs what again? Granite and grippers, that's it. And it needs me to finish the research, which I haven't done and I'm not close to doing. But I can set up the automation for it anyway. The grippers are here. I said that I wasn't going to need more of them. So I didn't do the... I didn't route them any further. So that's grippers. Granite is... Is it going straight into a pedestal? Am I that much of a sicko? I am. Okay, well, let's not do that. Work. Well, it could. I just had the wrong fix in mind. Good, okay, now we're still researching granite here, but now granite can get into this. You need to be a little further away, don't you? So I can use earth grippers. I mean, I don't imagine my throughput of reaching grippers is going to be all that high anyway. But in principle, if it were, wouldn't that be nice? Let's actually get a chest for reaching grippers as well. Any good blooms in the area? Yeah, I guess just one bloom would do it. Oh, but this isn't part of the root system. Oh, I guess it is? Okay. So this is now accumulating stuff it can't do anything with until we finish the research. Which is putting a further drain on my production of earth stuff. But I guess that isn't the bottleneck, it looks like? So it'd be nice to build some stuff up in a chest. Yeah, Titan Gripper. That's one thing I'm excited to get from Earth. And what else do I really want before I leave? I mean, the research that I have going, yeah, that would be nice. This would be nice. I was saying, yeah, I should maybe automate version collector. What does that take again? I forgot already. Yeah, leaves and simple collectors. Ugh. I'm not really set up to do that at the moment. So maybe I just won't. I mean, what am I gonna do for power on the next plane? Let's actually, okay, here's a thing we can do while this all happens. I'll show you. So I haven't been to one of these on camera, but I did off camera when I wasn't sure if I was gonna continue publishing. I researched seismic flare here, and so it shows you the way to other portals. We've finished inventory. Great. And now Titanic chest requires wide chests, so I'm just not going to do that. Radiant quarry would be nice, but like forget it. So this shows me that like up here is where there's a portal to the plane of water. Oops, but it's not. I've been there. How do I get there though? This way, I think. And there's a plane of Earth to the bottom right. I think I should go to Earth, is my rough... Like, I don't really have all the information I need to make the decision, but that's okay. Just do whatever seems cool. I remember earlier in the playthrough I was saying, well, I'm not really using streamways for anything, and I love earthen grippers, so let's go to Earth. And now I'm using streamways a lot, and I feel like I would miss them. But I'm using earthen grippers even more, so... we're in the right neighborhood now, right? Yeah. Oh, it's right there. So this is the portal. Or a portal. I think this world is infinite in principle. And in principle could be random, but at the moment everyone is on the same seed, sort of, I think. Anyway, so it's kind of cute. There's... I clicked on it and it's just... okay. So it doesn't really tell you how it works. Maybe if I had the tutorial on it would. But I hope it would. The idea is to leave a plane, you use the keystone from that plane. So this life water portal can be activated on the life side with a life keystone, and on the water side with a water keystone. So like once you go through, you're stuck there for quite some time, because I can't manufacture water keystones without going to water first. I can't have some in my pocket to let me come back. But you're not completely cut off. There's these little transit nodes, I guess? You see these streamways coming in and going out. And the implication, which I believe from what I've heard on Discord to be true, although I'm not sure of the details, is that, you know, these are streamways whose direction you can't change. And so there's like 3 streamways in and 2 streamways out that let you kind of ship items through this portal to the water plane and or back. And then over here, this is clearly a power thing, right? It has routes. So if you connect this to your root network, I assume you can channel power through the life portal into the water plane so that you don't start off empty there. The earth portal, which I've been to, has the same routes on this side, which I assume like every life portal would have. And the only 2 kinds of life portals anyway are earth and water. And over here, instead of having streamways, it has a big old chest that I assume you can put stuff into on this side and it'll be there in the chest on the other side. So I like streamways more as a transfer mechanism, but I'd like to go to Earth because... So I guess what I was thinking about is like, what do you do for power on the other plane, and what do you want to ship there? It seems like I could just connect this to my life power network and grossly overproduce power here. It seems so easy to produce more power than I could ever need. So why not just connect this and then never produce any power on the other plane? Just run routes from the portal to whatever I'm working on. I think that because of entropy, that idea is not... What is this? I don't remember. I guess I never worked here, but it's a kind of nice water life area. More life? Just southwest of the starting area? I never did anything there? Okay. This was my old power plant. So, ship a bazillion power per second over there, right? But I think that entropy is the thing that makes that somehow not just completely solve the power problem. It must, because otherwise there's so much power on the plane of life and so much power storage that how could I ever need power, have power problems again? And yet I know that air and fire, I think? Yeah, air and fire both have ways to produce power that are different from this. So there must be some reason you wouldn't just plumb all your power through and never need any more ever again. I assume entropy is that reason, because what else could it be, right? I'm not sure of the details. I guess one issue would be that entropy, as I understand it, kind of exists across all planes at the same time. So if I create or stumble into, and if I encounter some entropy on the other plane, it would kind of leak through into this plane and maybe could suck my power generators dry. And I would want to be able to fall back on power on the other plane. I don't know. Okay, and what am I shipping? Suppose that I go to Earth next, which, as I said, seems like probably a good idea. I'll really want streamways, right? That's the main thing I'm using for water for. And mana pools, maybe. But hopefully I have enough of those over here. Like I said, though, it seems like I must need them somewhere else. And I can actually bring, like, in my pockets, in my hot little hands. Not the mana pools, but... Wow, these mana wells, they're expensive, huh? I guess it's just because coralite is really expensive. I don't have enough elemental earth to keep making it, and a lot of it's going to research first. Maybe all of it is. Maybe this gripper is winning the race every time somehow. It seems plausible. Yeah, it looks like this gripper is winning every time, so we're never making any more mana wells. That's fine. I don't need that many. I'll take these, though. 4 should be enough to set me up on the next plane, even if I don't have any support here. And I'll be able to I'll be able to use water stuff there, because Earth is not opposed to water. I just won't have any more water, raw water, to make stuff. So it seems like all I really need is, like, elemental water and streamways, right? Like, I could make the streamways from elemental water. Really, like, elemental water is the only thing I should need to ship. But it might be convenient to ship some of the stuff that's involved to build. right? Like mana pools mostly is what I'm thinking of, and mana wells. But I can just go over with a handful of wells. And then I could, like, ship mostly... So the thing is, though, like, the Earth portal, like I said, it has a chest. Oh, yeah, I'm experiencing framiness and lag. Not lagging, I don't know. Again. So like I said, it has a chest, and you can't really filter chests. So if you try to ship two different things, I feel like you might eventually hit a point where, like, whoops, the chest is full of one thing, and you can't get any more of the other. I guess the solution might be to, on the other side, just build giant chests to keep unloading this from, maybe. I don't know. So if I tried to ship, like, too many different things, I could imagine I would end up with just one of them, basically. And if I ever ended up with just one, I would want it to be elemental water, because with that, I could make everything else if I had to. But streamways seem to me to be the thing that I need most. Like, that's the main thing I would want elemental water for, right? Okay, the game is, like, running at 0 frames per second right now. Yeah, okay, so, I don't know. I think I'm going to Earth, and I want to ship water. Hello? Yeah. I'm not pressing any buttons right now. It's making the mana flare noise, but I'm not doing it. I'm glad this game has autosaves, because it looks like I'm going to need one. Yeah, I'll ship power, I'll ship elemental water, and then I'll figure it all out on the other side. And streamways. I don't know if I should ship elemental water as well. Right? I want the ability to make whatever I need, but streamways I'll want a lot of. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to even hit the save game here. I'm just going to end this video before things get worse. And maybe not using OBS will take some of the strain off my system. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.